Hello, it is great to be here again with you here in March of 2022. I've been coming to you through these videos for the past 2 years. And somebody recently asked me, when will I stop talking about pandemic related impacts that people are experiencing in their lives and in their work? And I think we're getting close to that point. I feel confident in that, and I hope you do as well. What I really want to talk about today is earlier in some of these videos, I talked about the one thing the pandemic has afforded us is the opportunity to stop and think and assess. And, and, and we're getting to the place and point where people are looking to, to return to the office, return to work, change up their work situation. And one of the first questions I think it's worth asking at this juncture is, when thinking about your job, whether it's thinking about the work you do or the work you're going to go to, my question is, are you happy? Are you happy in the work you do? Are you happy in the career you have? Are you happy at the place you're working? So let's unpack that just briefly. Happy is a big a big word to assess. What does that mean, right? Is it joy? Is it fulfillment? Is it engagement? Is it purpose? What I'd like to present to you today is a framework that can act as a lens through which you assess if you're happy. And if you've already determined, geez, I'm not sure I'm as happy as I'd like to be, this framework too can offer some guidance on how do you start to build back towards that, or build maybe towards that for the first time. So happiness can be defined in multiple ways, but the 4 ways I'm going to suggest today are balance, order, harmony, and rhythm. Happiness comes to those of us that have each of those components in our lives and in our work. I'm going to talk about balance really quickly. Many people who are high achieving are used to working really hard, really long hours, really intensely, really fast. And what I've come to realize is that does not necessarily make people happy. Those that are happiest have found that a balance of energy in what they put forth in their work, in the kind of work they do. There's been talk for years and years and years about work-life balance. That factors into it. So are you balanced in the work you do? Secondly, is there a sense of order? Is there a sense of structure? What's interesting is many of us daydream about just having an open-ended way of working. But interestingly, those who are happiness have some kind of order and some kind of structure in their day, or in the types of activities that they engage in. Rhythm. Rhythm is about a flow. And I always say, when we are engaged in the kinds of work that we are meant to do, that flow is very easy. When we are engaged in things that really are not meant to be the work we're supposed to be doing, we'll experience a sense of resistance. And so when you think about the rhythm, pay attention to the flow of how you feel and how easily things come to you, because that then is a sign that it should be work that you're engaged in that is conducive to happiness. And lastly, harmony. Harmony is how all the pieces come together at the end of the day. It's, in another way to look at it is, it's the absence of dissonance when things aren't quite gelling or things are misaligned. We know when that's the case, things don't go as well, or we don't feel quite as fulfilled or happy in the work we do. So my hope and invitation for you in this time is to ask yourself, are you happy? And use the elements that I talked about here today as a lens and a filter to gauge that. And I hope, regardless of where you're starting with that question, that the other side of it brings clarity and hopefully more happiness as you move forward in looking at your jobs and your careers and your life of work. So until next time, please continue to be healthy and well. As you can see, we are here in the Cultivating Careers office, and we are looking forward to seeing you soon.